Hi and welcome to PharmaLife Education YouTube channel. In the series of biochemistry video, our next topic was G6PD deficiency. It can also be called as an glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. This G6PD is a very important enzyme for conversion of glucose 6-phosphate to 6-phosphogluconolactone in HMP shunt. If there is no G6PD, then there is no 5-membered carbons. So imagine that it is very essential. So 5-membered carbons, already we have explained what is the use of this 5-membered carbon, maybe production of ATP, NADP, or nucleic acids, nucleotides, nucleosides, whatnot, right? So for everything, this 5-membered carbohydrates are very important, whereas this G6PD is very important in the production of this 5-membered carbons too. And coming to this one, to know briefly about this G6PD deficiency, we need to know a small story here, right? So every time we are having a blood cell which will be undergoing a lots and lots of oxidative stress, right? Now in your blood there is a lots of oxidative stress which leads to the production of the substances like hydrogen peroxide, peroxides or free radicals too, where this free radicals has to be reduced, right? So if this free radicals was not nullified, then that will lead to a different story. First of all, we will see what we need to do to nullify this free radicals, what the cell has been doing its function to nullify these free radicals. So first one is to nullify these free radicals, this glutathione will be used, which is in reduced form, which will be converting this hydrogen peroxide to a simple molecule called water, right? If it was converted into water, yes, water can be easily available in our body, so there is no harm for this one. Even the free radicals can also be nullified by converting into a water here, right? This glutathione, which is in reduced form, after converting these free radicals will be converted into an oxidized form, whereas this amount of glutathione in the body is very less. Okay, the amount of glutathione is very less. So where the amount has to be increased or it has to be regained its own position. So what the cell will be modified. So the glutathione has to be, oxidized glutathione has to be reduced again, right? So it can be done by the enzyme called glutathione reductase. Okay, so this glutathione reductase will be converting the oxidized form of glutathione to reduced form of glutathione. And now this requires one coenzyme too, right? Enzymes always requires coenzymes. So the coenzyme which is used for this glutathione reductase was NADPH. And don't get confused here, it is not NADH. It is not NADH, NAD plus or NADH plus H plus. Because NADH plus is completely producing energy, whereas NADP plus, NADPH will never produce any ATPs. Okay, so remember this differentiation, don't get confused about this differentiation. Okay, so this coenzyme called NADPH will be utilized and it will be converted into NADP plus, right? This is reduced form and now this was become oxidized form, and now the amount of NADPH is also very important. So what happens, this NADP plus will be produced in 2 steps of HMP shunt. Already we have discussed regarding HMP shunt, right? So go through it once again to understand where the 2 places this NADPH will be produced, right? So first step is glucose 6-phosphate to 6-phosphogluconolactone, and also gluconate to ribulose, it will be producing NADP plus, right? So the same way it will also be converting. The NADP plus, which was in less concentration, will also be converted into NADPH with the help of the reaction called conversion of glucose 6-phosphate to glucose 6-phosphogluconolactone with the help of enzyme called G6PD, right? So understand the importance of G6PD here, that if there is no G6PD, that will shows an effect on the blood cells, right? But there are these many steps which will be taking place in between. Okay, so go through the video once again to understand it once again. Okay, please go back to the 50 seconds and come back again to understand it once again too, right? So this is what the whole story which was happening in the cell, that specifically the blood cell. Now, what is the relationship between malaria and G6PD deficiency? Why we are calling this as an advantageous, right? You will use the same kind of thing, right? We have already seen this one. You can have a snapshot of this one to understand it better, right? So what happens if there is no G6PD, right? If the G6PD is not there or deficient, that will not produce NADPH. If the NADPH was not produced, there is no role of glutathione reductase. If there is no role of glutathione, that will not convert the free radicals into the useful molecule called water. What happened if hydrogen peroxide or free radicals was been increasing? That will leads to the damage of these cells, or we can call that as an hemolysis. Hemolysis, that is nothing but breakdown of blood cells, hemolysis. Okay, now hemolysis is a part and parcel of G6PD deficiency. Then why and how that will be related to the malaria? Because the malarial parasites like Plasmodium will be reliable on the matured RBC, but in G6PD deficiency, the rate of damage of red blood cells is more than the production of RBC. Okay, so the damage will be more than the production. So that will leads to anemia. Anemia means lack of blood. Lack of blood means there is no source for survival of malarial parasite. That will leads to resistance to the malaria. So the people who are all living in the African countries and also Mediterranean countries, they are resisting to the malaria because of the G6PD deficiency, right? So I'm saying it once again, that if the G6PD deficiency was increased, that will leads to the damage of prematured RBCs. If the damage of prematured RBCs was been taking place, that will leads to the lack of matured RBC. Lack of mature RBC, there will be no surviving of malarial parasite in the human body. That is a technique, that is a mechanism which was been understood by the scientists now. Now, this is what about the relationship between malaria and G6PD deficiency. Now, next one is causes of this G6PD. First cause of this G6PD deficiency was X-linked recessive disorder. X-linked recessive disorder means only males will be affected. Why? Because females will have two types of chromosomes called X and X, whereas males will have two types of chromosomes called X and Y, right? So if this is G6PD is an enzyme which will be produced by the chromosome type called X. If there is any damage to this X, whereas the other X is used for for rectifying the damage of that particular gene. But in this case, if any damage of this X chromosome, this Y cannot do the same work. So that leads to affecting of males, whereas it will not affect the females, because that is a very rare case of damaging of two X chromosomes simultaneously, right? So most probably all the males was been resisting for the malaria because of this X-linked recessive disorder of this G6PD deficiency too. You can understand by this simple diagram, right? You have already seen this one in your +2. Next cause of this G6PD deficiency was having fava beans or inhaling pollen from the fava plants. And some terminologies will be stating that G6PD deficiency is also called as an favism. But if the disease has occurred from this genetic disorder, we cannot call that as a favism. But the deficiency which is caused by the having of favobeans or inhaling of favopollins, then it can be called as a favism. Okay, so favism, if you are taking favobeans and if you are causing, if that was causing G6PD deficiency, that can be called as a favism or G6PD deficiency. Okay, so you can see the favobeans here. And next one, next cause of this G6PD was having of anti-malarial drugs. Some drugs called anti-malarial drugs or aspirin or sulfonamides will be causing G6PD deficiency too. So better to avoid this kind of drugs whenever if someone was suffering from G6PD deficiency. That will making the worst of cases. Next one, symptoms. Coming to the symptoms of this G6PD deficiency. So as we have already discussed, the destruction of the red blood cells in the is called as hemolysis. So it will be causing a hemolytic anemia, breakdown of blood cells here. And next one was the type of anemia leads to. So this is a symptoms for an anemia. That's not a G6PD symptom. That's a symptoms of an anemia which was caused by the G6PD deficiency. Okay, so that was paleness. So you can see the paleness, the differentiation of face here, normal face and paleness of the skin, yellowing of the skin and white of the eyes. You can see the yellowing here, which we will be calling that as a jaundice patient, and darkening of urine, fatigue is nothing but feeling lethargy or lazy every time, and shortening of breath as well as rapid heart rate can be called as symptoms for this anemia. And also G6PD deficiency is also significant cause of mild to severe jaundice in newborns. You can see the diagrammatic representation how the newborns will be looking if they are suffering from G6PD deficiency or jaundice here. And next one was many people with this disorder which are asymptomatic, like how we are seeing for COVID-19. Right, most of the people are asymptomatic, but the virus will be present in them. Right, in the same sense, they will not be seeing all the symptoms in it, but they may be having this G6PD deficiency too. Right, so this is what the symptoms of this G6PD deficiency. And what is the treatment of this particular disease? So treatment of this particular disease was very simple. To avoid this as well as this is the only treatment. Avoid the drugs which was causing G6PD deficiency, and avoiding of favobeans which was causing G6PD deficiency is the only best way to treat this G6PD deficiency. And if it was increased, if it was crossed the limits, then keeping the person or the children in ventilator will be having some effect of treatment. And also implementing of transfusion of blood will also causing some treatment for the particular patients too. And hope you have understood this G6PD deficiency. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to Pharma Life Education YouTube channel for this type of interesting videos. Thank you.